Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), Professor Mahmood Yakubu, has reiterated that Nigeria's 2023 general election will be driven by technology. Professor Yakubu made the point-blank statement while receiving a delegation of ECOWAS pre-election fact-finding mission to Nigeria, led by former Chairman, Electoral Commission of Ghana, Dr. Kwado Afrigyang, on Monday, October 24, 2022, in Abuja. The INEC chairman reaffirmed the Commission's commitment to the quest for a free, fair, credible, and technologically based election in the next 4 months. Nigeria's chief electoral officer was optimistic that the findings of the ECOWAS delegation will help the Commission in its preparation for Nigeria's 7th election since the return to democratic rule.
Now let me restate the commitment of INEC Nigeria to free, fair, and credible elections, driven by technology. The 2023 general election in Nigeria will be driven by technology, not only as a matter of legal requirement, but also as a matter of course for us in the Commission. So I want to assure the ECOWAS team that we are committed to delivering a credible election in the next 4 months and a few days, which will be Nigeria's 7th successive elections since the restoration of democracy in 1999. So I want to welcome you, Dr. Afari, and members of your team, and we all look forward to hearing from you what you have discussed so far and what are the takeaways for us as a Commission.
Stressing the importance of election observers in an electoral process, Professor Yakubu disclosed that almost all international organizations have been invited to observe the forthcoming polls in Nigeria.
Election observation is an important part of ensuring transparency and credibility in elections. We have always benefited from the insight of election observation missions. For instance, we are here on fact-finding, and we'll hear from you what we have found so far, which will help us in concluding our preparations for the election. And I look forward also to receiving your report at the end of the process in February and March, so that we can learn even more from your insights. So it's important that we are meeting ahead of the full deployment of the mission. And it's also very important for us in INEC that this meeting is holding 2 days before our regular consultative meeting with stakeholders. We have a system in Nigeria where every quarter we meet with the stakeholders.
Earlier, the ECOWAS pre-election team said the outcome of the 2023 general elections in Nigeria will have effects on the West African region and the African continent as a whole. Speaking on behalf of the delegation, Director of Political Affairs, ECOWAS Commission, Remi Ajibawa, said they were in Nigeria for fact-finding ahead of the country's 2023 general elections in line with ECOWAS Supplementary Protocol 2021 to observe elections in Nigeria.
As you might recall, the ECOWAS Supplementary Protocol on Democracy and Good Governance of 2001, under the Article 11, 12, 13, mandates ECOWAS to conduct pre-election fact-finding mission to every member state of ECOWAS that are about to conduct election, especially presidential election. And this is why we are here. And in the course of our being here in Nigeria, there will be visits first to ECOWAS Commission, which we've done, that is to brief the head of mission, then to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, where we've been this morning, then Inspector General of Police, then some civil society, and then INEC. And basically, the reason why we normally take that front is that we believe INEC is our friend, so that some of the things that we've had, we could also put it across to to them, areas where we've had discussion.
According to Ajibewa, Article 11, 12, and 13 of the protocol mandates the Commission to deploy electoral fact-finding mission to every member state of ECOWAS that is about to conduct election, especially presidential elections. The team will hold more talks with different stakeholders in Nigeria's electoral space and spread its fact-finding tentacles to the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. The move is geared towards making sure Nigeria gets it right at the polls.